He had a super bad case of athlete's foot on the nuts.
Okay. So how did she just have like rancid feet and was like fondling his stuff with her foot and that happened? Or like I'm kind of
Apparently,
curious now.
yeah,
Damn,
apparently it was something like that.
dude, that's fucking gnarly. That's wow. That's almost worth a dab right there.
If I ever get out of this house alive, gonna set the whole goddamn place on fire. Forget about the past, the future won't last. Pretend that these stones were not meant to be thrown. If I ever get wise without putting in time, never have a fear of being alive. Forget about the past, the future won't last. Pretend that these stones were not meant to be thrown. If I ever get out of this house alive, gonna set the whole goddamn place on fire.
Aye, Alpha. It was it's not a Monday today. You would have thought it was up in my neck of the woods. I don't know about you guys, but it is Tuesday. It is definitely time for a toke. I'm about to have many said tokes. What say you? How's everyone doing today?
Yeah,
Thumbs
gonna have
up,
to
man.
join you on said Tokes. What was Jive going for, like the fucking moonlight effect going on here?
I don't know,
What's up
man.
there?
My lighting's whatever, man.
He was the only one to put his thumbs up, I noticed too.
I just came back from like a 2-hour motorcycle ride, so I'm.
G-Bay's on fire.
Oh yeah, man. I did her good.
That's good. That's fucking awesome. I just want to get higher than I am now.
Bottle therapy.
So, how's everyone in live chat doing? I see we got a bunch of people in there kicking it already. Ty, Weed Nerd, Silent Truth, Jay Patrick, Artman, Kingfisher, Caveman, Jeffro, Skunk Ape. Cheers, y'all. Cheers, y'all. Hope everybody's having Tom B's in there. Hope Tigro. Hope everybody's having a stellar night. Yeah, about those tokes. I should get to them. This is like, yeah, I'm excited. Let's just say this.
I didn't have time. I didn't have time before the show started, but I've been in the tent about 3 times a day waiting to see if I've seen any soil getting disturbed, and I ain't got nothing yet. So no like
Oh,
no like fucking 2-day and above the soil plants this round.
actually I could probably bug the old lady, but those granddaddy garlics from Adam, those are probably starting to come up today, if not maybe tomorrow. That would be all right. I can't see you guys. Like the screen is all like glared out. I hope y'all can see me, at least my silhouette or something like that. Yeah, this is what
You
happens
look
when I'm
like
not allowed to smoke in my room. So you can see how bright the sun is. Even I can see it in there.
yeah, it's bright as shit.
Now you know how
You're
I feel.
almost going for like, and unless your head's right there blocking the sun, you're going for like that old school like fucking you can't see the guy. Like if we just gave you like a voice modulator, you'd be like a 2020 interview look, you know.
I'm doing like the reverse Gandalf.
There you go, the reverse scan.
Sure. I still need shades before I do like this, I think. But yeah, after that, I think this will work. Might have to back my chair up because I'm practically smoking inside if I'm sitting here with my but
Yeah,
let's do a
yeah,
show.
the witness protection. Fucking art man knows what I'm talking about.
All right, Art Man, do you have a past that we should know about? Or
Oh,
maybe we shouldn't know about? You seem to know an awful lot about this kind of stuff.
what you smoking on there, Caribou? What's got you outside?
I'm smoking on a sampler of the grapple cat, actually. We just harvested one last week sometime, the missus did. And we've got, like, I've got two other kinds of weed with me. One's dispensary weed, one's local plug weed. And I'm 150% positive that my tester that is still green and only been drying for maybe a week is much better than the plug weed and the dispo weed. And it has the dual effect of both warming my heart because that speaks quality goodness for my crop that I have, but it means that I got to get to that and smoke that quicker because I don't want to smoke the shitty weed in my jars. So it's like, I don't know, kind of mixed emotions, you know?
Yeah. No,
I picked,
what's up?
I picked up some live resin here. I haven't tried it yet, but it smells delicious.
Oh, fuck. Ooh, I still got.
I happened to go through a native reserve, so I stopped, checked it out.
I like thing when you're a Canadian stoner. It's like you pass a native reserve, you just got to stop and fucking throw a little support their way.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I would. I feel like that should be a must.
Okay, but here's the thing now, though. So I only know of one small area that has good dispensaries, and they're like, man, like in a 500-foot radius kind of thing. You got four of them at least, kind of thing, right? It's great. You go to other places. I can think of one that's only about an hour away from where I live, and they got reasonably cheap weed, but they don't got good concentrates at all. And I'm like, I more like so. I personally typically go to those dispos for the concentrates because I grow my own flower most of the time. And so I feel I have mixed emotions about that one. Their native land isn't as plentiful as I'd like it. I honestly is where I'm going with this. I think we need to give them more land so they can open more dispensaries. Because
that's
for me,
that's the
totally,
kicker for it is they just need more dispensaries. I like your justification. I think it works.
well, casinos does pretty good for them. So then maybe they can open up casinos and dispensaries.
Well, they need
I'm
to
all
be
for it.
allowed. They need to be allowed to put dispensaries or sell weed and allow weed smoking in their casinos. All right, that'd be some next level shit
Well,
right there.
they just do it a little different. Most of them, like place I go, it's pretty classy. It's clean, nice glass shelving and stuff. But then right at the counter, they have 50 milligram gummies for $3.
Ah,
Dogs, right? So I love it. You cash out, like, well, just round me up to the nearest and give me some of those.
That's awesome.
So that's what I like about it. They play the game right. It's like for the government regulated stuff. It is what it is. It's not as they take the not that they take the fun factor out of it, but they kind of do.
oh yeah.
Government ruins everything, man. Like
Pretty
man, other than like think of being like a government type and like being at a party. I'll bet you they're a lot of fun. It's like just a giant stick in the fucking mud. Everybody's fucking party, and then it's like, oh, here comes the narc. Here comes the narc. Like, oh my god. I have a low opinion on government people.
No.
You never would have thunk it, huh?
Yeah. Right. Oh lordy.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I like my roads I drive on, I guess. But
Yeah, they don't get fixed very well out here. You got more people in your area, like Ontario.
yeah, I
area.
guess.
So maybe that's what that is, because they don't like fixing them up any farther, especially once you get farther north, right? Because you become more rural, and it's just like my town is fucked. Like learning, like you guys know, I've been picking up the skateboard the last couple months, and it's like I had to go from like a normal pop deck skateboard, like we're all used to seeing, to like a longboard because the wheels are bigger and softer. It's just even with soft, just like it's like riding on a cheese grater. It's like your feet are like numb by the time you get to the bottom of a hill. It's a little nerve wracking.
I've been there.
But like this town that I'm in, Williams Lake, is apparently still a pretty rough town. Like it's been the car theft capital of North America a few times per capita. Small town, only like 14,000 people or something like that. But it seems like they're trying to clean it up a bit. And they've got some decent roads with some nice hills that are pretty good for an aging pussy like myself that doesn't want to do the crazy shit. Just want to go out there and like pretend like I'm a badass. So I just go down like the inclines, actual fucking slalom shit. Fuck man, I like break a hip just thinking about it. And then like, oh, and so I bought some sliding gloves with like the pucks on the palm so that you can like touch the ground and shit.
Oh, they spark?
No.
Damn.
Here's the thing though, Fluff. I haven't even tried them on the skateboard yet because you know what I realized? I'm gonna blow out a fucking knee just trying. I come so just me trying to bend without stretching or anything like that is a tight situation right in the top of the knees and stuff like that. And I'm oh my god. This is
Did your old guy come out real fucking quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden you were like, oh, hey, whoa, spring chicken has left the motherfucking building.
To be honest, I'm not. Well, no, I'm 100% sure I'll be able to figure it out. But I'm 80% sure I'm gonna eat some asphalt because the knees and the hips won't quite be there, right? I think I'll have to learn. This is where you're gonna see my 11-year-old daughter just shoot ahead of me in terms of ability, because she's like 3 feet closer to the ground, and so she can practically just, and she's there, and she's not fucking old and decrepit. She can bend.
Yeah, man. I was a fairly flexible person. Well, no, I wasn't. Who am I kidding? Even back in my as a welder, I've been fucking kind of stuffed in some spots. Fucking a person my size probably shouldn't be. That was a pretty regular thing. Getting up and into spots. But even as a martial artist, man, I was never like super. Let's say I wasn't one of them super flexible people. But I was okay. But nowadays, just thinking about some of them movements, fuck you, man. My shit don't move like that no more.
Yeah.
You kidding me? I'm happy I'm fucking vertical most days.
Yeah. No, I think it's funny. It's like I said, I say it jokingly and half seriously. I kind of wonder if I'm gonna blow out a knee. I don't but at the same time, it's just you just gotta figure comfortable, right? And maybe do the smart thing and stretch beforehand. That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Probably.
I'm not saying
it at least helps something from fucking tearing when you wipe out.
Yeah, which is another thing that I know I'm going to. It's just too written on the wall that it's like old man trying to do young kid stuff. Old man is very much not young kid, although he feels like it mentally. His body's like, fuck you.
That's why you smoke a little bit to loosen up. Good to go.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That should be the precursor to everything, lube up a little bit. Yeah, back in the day, you used to do a little pre-gaming. Now we do a little fucking, the lubing up happens a little different nowadays,
Well, I got no scruples about fucking rolling on the board with a joint in my mouth. I do it. Because A, it's not a motor vehicle, so I'm pretty sure it's completely legal. And I'm actually serious that I think that it's legal. Don't anybody go taking my advice.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's just
Skateboarding and fucking. You don't think there's some kind of weird short fucking fine they can give you for smoking weed on a skateboard?
I mean, like
There's got to be something somewhere, some obscure shit.
like if you're gonna, I guess, but
Everything
I
I
know,
ride's got a motor, so I gotta.
Well, that's what I was just thinking. I was like, I like to smoke a lot of joints on the lawnmower while I'm out cutting the like mowing the lawn. Like I could just imagine a fucking cop rolling up, being like, "Son, come here." Be like, "Well, first of all, you son that shit straight up your ass," but right? Like,
I
okay, could they give you something for that?
I believe in BC there is some law about its engines that you can actually still drive inebriated, and it's like in cubic centimeters. Like it's ride 'em lawnmower territory. Someone was telling this to me, and I don't know how accurate this is. I didn't bother looking it up. It just sounded good, and it was a funny story. So what he did is because this guy is a heavy drinker. He's a newfie, so there you go. But he just started driving his lawnmower around for his. He lives pretty rural, so his neighborhood is a big fucking area. To get to the next neighbor's house, kind of thing, right? But it was like, you know what, I could actually see you doing that. Right? Hammered fucking beers, fucking case on the back or something like that.
Oh, bro,
Cooler on the
I
back,
mean,
probably.
I live where lots of people don't have licenses. I've seen motherfuckers carry all kinds of shit with all kinds of random motorized vehicles. Lots of them make like, they get things to tow behind them and shit too. So you see them
Yeah,
on their electric bike with a fucking cart and like two cases behind them, just wah, fucking cruising down the road backcountry.
I remember. Was that even like about a year or two ago? We were out in my hometown, and I'm presuming it was a homeless guy, and he had taken bicycles and joined them up at like put the forks onto the where the back tire connects with the one in front of it, and made a chain of like 3 bikes, and just like had them like saddlebagged right up with gear, so he could just push it to wherever the hell he was going. I don't think it was rideable. Like maybe you could get on and coast down a hill or something like that, but I don't think it was actually get on and pedal. But it was like, damn, that's resourceful. That's the most Vegas thing I've heard in a long fucking time. There's a guy delivering DoorDash on a fucking electric unicycle. Oh, perfect. I mean, dude doesn't even ever have to get off that much. He just zips around everywhere. You ain't got to get off. You do it on one of them like rolling off road wheelie ones, that's only like a big wheel. You got her Yeah,
made right there, man.
yeah. That'd be
We used to have something that looked like that, except it was a pogo ball,
I remember those. Fuck yeah.
right?
Yeah, there's things. Yeah.
Now they make that motherfucker roll, and it looks super cool. But I realized my old ass is very far from the ground anymore. I don't take those tumbles like I used to. So, ugh,
I I feel like I'd probably break an ankle just trying to get on the thing.
right?
I like, or you'd have to like have like somebody like holding me on, like when you're freaking helping your like 2 year old get on the bike. Here you go, Daddy will hold you.
Fucking 100%, right? Like one of the
Yeah,
things I've never done, I probably can do it just fine, but I've never got to do it. Is like drywall still, right? But I've never been on a pair. Like it just fucks me up thinking about trying to get on them and like get vertical and shit. So
you can do it, but it is weird. I haven't done enough of it to get comfortable. We're talking like
right, I feel like once you're up there,
maybe
it's
a
all
half
good,
hour. Yeah,
right?
it is, but it's you have tipping points, right? Because it's weird. You can feel your feet on the stilt, but you can't feel the bottom of the stilt on the ground so much, right? So you do lose some of that sensory on there. But like anything, I've known drywallers that they could probably run fucking 100-yard dash on them if you wanted them to, if you paid them enough.
Yeah.
but not me. I don't know, fuck that. I quit. I forfeit.
I'd be more like one of them dudes like you see on fucking Instagram, like looking like he's dancing with a bucket. That would be me, and I'd be doing it right up until the very end. And I told somebody how good I can do this shit, and that'd be when I'd eat shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
it sounds like me.
yeah, I've seen some fucking wild shit with dudes like literally like looking like they're just rolling like 3 buckets somehow, standing on top. How the fuck? That was the coolest shit I ever seen. That is the cool
I,
part about Instagram, and like, watching people work who are passionate about their work is
yeah,
some cool shit, man. Because you can see it, and when they come up with cool and like ingenious ways to just do sort of normal shit that you wouldn't think of, like. The first time I was on the job site and I watched an old man fucking double rolling fucking crisscross fucking bottles, and I was like, oh, that guy's got skill.
yeah.
And then you realize they got fucking races nowadays for like fucking cylinder guys and stuff. That's pretty
I've,
cool.
I've seen guys at Praxair. I don't know if that's an American company at all, but it's a big
Yeah,
liquid air. You guys see know what it is. But
yeah.
they did them doing 3 because they used to work at a freight warehouse and go there swamping all the time. The guys would get the 2 going like that with this third one in the middle. I mean, able to
Whoa.
get it going. It's just like I couldn't even get the 2 going like you're talking about. Where they kind
I've
of,
been moving cylinders for like fucking more than half my life, and right, I have trouble with it. So
yeah.
right,
Yeah,
Oh,
man, I
yeah.
can move it slowly, like fluidly. Like,
I
but
I
that's
was,
it.
I was like, I'll go get the hand cart, the dolly, and I'll be right back.
Fucking put it on my shoulder.
Okay. Shit, man. And listen, boys, I was the fucking high paid welder. I looked at the dude and I said, hey, man, you guys, I'm out of gas. Go get that for me. I'll be over there taking a break.
Yeah, there I am, fucking getting your
Eh,
gas.
That's right. G-Bay's over there getting my fucking gas going, God damn, fuck this motherfucker.
uh, Speaking of electric bikes earlier, it's funny. I was ripping down the highway on my motorcycle, and I could see a guy on the trail, and I was in like a 50 or 60 zone, this kilometers an hour, free Q Americans out. But he was pretty well pulling the same fucking speed. It just looked weird because he wasn't really pedaling. He was just kind of close. What the fuck? Mountain bikes. Ripping pretty good.
Dude, it fucking gets me every time I see one like really hauling ass. I'm like,
They're
holy
making
fuck, man.
improvements. Yeah. They're not the ones I saw when I was a kid.
It makes me want to like fucking think about like back in the day, putting one of them electric motors on like my old like ultralight or something, just hauling ass and hitting fucking ramps, you know?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, it would have been fucking bitching.
So I set my timers to 12:12. We have flipped the flower, and I believe I set it for 10 o'clock, so that it should be come on halfway through the show all the time, on Sunday mornings and on that nighttime. So we'll see. If 10 o'clock my time hits and the lights come on, boom, perfect.
Cool.
That could happen.
I should go fucking inspect my plants real quick, see if anything's up. There wasn't nothing up this morning.
Well, I crammed 2 lights in there and see. I can't turn it full; it just gets too hot.
Yeah.
If I add an AC, then I gotta fuck. Trying to add an AC in a 4x4 kind of sucks. 4x8's not so bad. You can stand it up in the corner and it works pretty good. But
Yeah.
4, it's just too much.
Yeah, you got to do some modifications, and or you got to get one that's got a 4-inch fucking exhaust on it, so that or a
Well, I'll just
6-inch
cool this room.
exhaust on it, so you can throw it right through the port.
I got the fan turned right full there, Kingfisher. And it's pulling from up top the lights. But what I can do is cool this room. So what's happening is I'm living with I've got my parents upstairs, and they like the house at a different temperature than what I do. So I've got my vents blocked, so I'm not getting heat or anything in this room. But excuse me, it was like 86 or something. Okay, we got lights out right now. The end of lights out. I was sitting at 77. Yeah, lights are still out. So it's already kind of hot in there already at 77. And then when the lights
Wow.
go on, yeah, lights will be on. It'll be like 87.
I mean, I could run 87 and veg, maybe like the first week or two of flower, as everything's chucking along, but I'd have to be running like 75 fucking percent humidity with that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's definitely want to get that down to where like, 77 would be my lights on temperature, mid flower and shit is where I would like it personally.
Yeah,
So
I don't like it.
yeah, you probably would definitely be best off just cooling down your main room, just using it as a nice big lung room.
That's what I do in our case. We've got the opposite problem of G-Bay right now. Although just maybe not the opposite problem, but we're on top floor. He's in the basement, and it's we got one of those portable air conditioners with the tube you can stick out for the exhaust out the window, and use that to cool down the room.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got some of those, and they work pretty good. I might just hook it up and see what happens. But they just blow a lot of air. Like even on minimum, they're like quite the fan. So they'll whip your plants around pretty good in a small area like that where you can't really keep them out of the path. I've been down this road before, not as drastic because before I was just able to turn the whole house down a bit. But
right.
We'll deal with it. I'm probably just going to, like I said, just hook up. I've got two of those portable air conditioners just sitting right there. Just a matter of plugging them in and venting it properly. What would be nice is to somehow run it outside the tent, but get it to push into the tent. I guess I could build a box to tape to the front of it to fucking.
Wouldn't be hard, dude.
No.
It's not gonna look nice, but it'll be functional. And that's kind of one of the main things that we teach around here. You guys aren't looking at three rich men on screen. By far the opposite, I would say, actually. And we make things work with what we got kicking around. That is kind of one of those things that we've preached since kind of day one. If you got it and you can make it work, do so. Yeah, dude, if that's what you're looking to do, because we've thought about doing similar things, because we have a tent in our bedroom. So, we want to be able to sleep at a comfortable temperature. We're also on top floor, basically an apartment building, townhouses. And so it gets fucking hot, but we also want to be able to keep the room itself cooler for us. So in our case, we decided it makes more sense to just have the air conditioner just pointed out into the room. I'm actually surprised we haven't had to turn it on yet. It just seems to be if you put a fan in the window and have it blowing in, that's enough to cool off the house for now, or the bedroom. Give it 2 weeks and I'll be singing a different tune. Yeah, plugged your air conditioner in again last night, guys.
Well, I'm hoping that we're just going through transition right now where the weather isn't hot or cold or anything, so it's just everyone's a little fussy with the thermostat. But once it gets hot in the summer, the AC is going to come cranking on. I can secretly go through the house and restrict all the other vents, open mine full, so these ones get the most pressure. And bada bing, bada boom, room's cool again. But we'll see. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, dude, the transition time sucks. Like, especially.
How are you going to dial something in when the weather's different every fucking day for 2-3 weeks?
Yeah, like the doors are open. It's cold at night. It's fucking hot in the daytime. Like everything is constantly in flux. You gotta you got to wait till the actual seasonal change and then kind of fucking get her all dialed in. But it's definitely, unless you have a fully fucking, temperature controlled room, which I don't either, I do the best I can. Me and my wife, we like it pretty much the
She
same
likes
way, and we both like it some pretty cool. So it functions well that most of that cool air comes down to the basement. Big fucking draw, so it helps. But yeah, but like spring when there's like nothing going, there's no heat going, there's no air going. Things get fucking weird, man. So
it. I was
it
seeing 60 something the other night when I was looking at it with lights off, and tonight it's 70 something. So there's that right there.
all right. Yeah,
It's
but
hot out right now.
on the better part of it though, you'll probably be fully into like AC weather as you're really pulling that corner in flower where you need to have more control over what you got going on. So, you do have at least that bright side to look up to right now.
Cooling's always been my issue as an indoor, as a wannabe indoor grower, indoor hobbyist. Right? It kind of sucks because these little portable stand-up ACs, they work, but yeah, for a room, yes. For a tent, no. But then
Well, and a lot of people like I've seen so many where they'll shoot that heat into like a different part of the room or into a different room or something, and you just kind of like struggling when you're just heating the fucking area that you're pulling that heat from around to a different area, and so
it eventually balances out for part of the day. And they keep
yes,
on the same shit. So, yeah, like I've set my lights to come on during night, helping as best, and with the electricity, right? So 10 p.m. to 10 a.m.
yeah,
I
yeah.
used
I
I
mean,
used to run them during the day when I had the big 4x8 where I'm set up right where I'm sitting, but it was nice because I said fuck it because I could cool it, so I just ran it during the day so I could go in there when I wanted to, whatever. But I'm not running that one. So.
yeah, I finally ended up putting like a line from our air conditioner into my room, but I got it on a nice fucking flap so that, if I don't want it cool in there, or if I need to raise the nighttime temperatures or something, I can close it or raise it, all those fun things. It's fun being able to play in that room a little more, and when then when I'm dicking around in my tents, I'm like, man, like this is not as convenient. But I like to see the stress of the tent, at least the stress of my tents. They don't get that stressed out. Really, what they end up getting is a little too tight, and they run a lot drier. They don't get anywhere near the fucking humidity that the big room gets with everything. It's a lot more controlled. Because I have more space in there, and I had just the right space for a nice big humidifier. That actually has its own humidity control and everything in there, whereas I don't do that for my tents. So they get whatever fucking ambient air is, and that's all there is to it. So it is a fun little stress to see how some of them deal with it, because some of them get really pissy, when it's good and dry. But some of them, you really see them fucking thrive, or they don't need that extra.
I actually really like growing in tents. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to have a proper room to be growing in that's set up, and like I was kind of almost forced into tents. But like around to just before I got it into meeting all you guys and starting off this podcast as it is, I was kind of the grower that was running extension cords from fucking everywhere, trying to pull enough power to make everything work growing out in a fucking shed. And like it just,
I feel like when
then
we met you, you had finally just had the power panel upgraded in the
yeah,
fucking shit.
yeah. Like I think I'd maybe just pulled my first crop around that time, sort of thing. And like that was amazing. But the build up to that, and when I think of how much expense that we went through, because it wasn't just like outfitting a room, like it was putting a new power box, upgrading the entire house from 100 amp service to 200 amp service, the new power pole we had to put in place for that, and then all the lighting, the CMH lights and stuff that we'd bought for everything, because this is right around the time where Canon's was the big LED on the market that was just kind of coming out, or the 650R spec or whatever, I think from HLG. And when I look at now how it was so quickly after that, the wife and I split up. And the first thing I did was go out and buy 2 4x4 tents and enough lighting, exhaust fans, and all that shit that I could get 2 4x4 tents going on a moment's notice. Boom, just like that. And I set them up. It is so easy to climate control a small area where I think I tried, like I just said a few minutes ago, you were looking at 3 fucking far from rich motherfuckers up here. And in the early growing days, sorry about the cough there. In the early days of growing, I had a wife that I had to explain all this shit to and justify all this to, and she wasn't overly fucking impressed with any of this. So when I think of everything, it would have been so easy to just go get a 4x4 tent and then get a light and then get the exhaust fan pieced together like that. I love it. But like I said, if I could go back into that shed I was growing in when I just met you guys, that's been freshly wired in with everything I need in there. Yeah, I'd take that in a heartbeat over tents, like no question.
Right, the tents are fine. I do the testing in the tents. I do my breeding in the tents. Because my one tent's plumbed right to the outside, so pollen doesn't isn't a big issue. I get to fucking move it right out. So, and the other part is, I can break it down. I can clean it. I can do all that. Where some of say. I live in a over 100-year-old house, right? My grow room was made out of a 100-year-old basement. There's corners and cracks and crevices and things that can't get completely clean or washed or things like that. When you take that frame out of that tank, you can get every corner and clean it well. Well, you get nuts, take it out, and go power wash it on the fucking driveway if you want. Really get nuts, so there's definite benefits to it, and I mean it's four quick fucking walls, man. Like you can't go
Yep.
wrong there.
Yeah, it saves you the cost of paint and shit like that, right? It's already reflective, and but yeah, it's not. Sorry, Jimmy.
I was saying, I've just come to think of it. I don't hear the main exhaust. I can hear the fans internally in the tent, but I can't. The main exhaust fan's not going. So I've either unplugged it or hooked it to the timer to kick on with the main lights. So that's probably why we're sitting high, because the tent's not getting exhausted right now. I'm going to have to fix that because I want it running all the time.
You guys know what I found at the store last night? Chocolate milk in a glass bottle. I didn't even think this shit existed anymore since like in the last 30 years. I thought like we were done away with the glass. Remember? Do you guys remember back in the 80s when they made the switch from glass to plastic, and they do the commercials of how many like semi trailers glass takes up as opposed to plastic, and plastic was going to save the world, and now we're like, oh, whoa, were we fucking wrong? Were we wrong about that?
Yeah, but then they tried to put it in weird like paper fucking containers, and that's just weird.
Yeah.
Have you ever come across some of the like more odd fucking milk transport things? Like, I'm just like, dude, just put it in.
What about bags?
I have bagged milks.
Fucking bag milk's weird as shit, dude. It is.
It's an Ontario thing. It's been my whole life. So like when I go somewhere and there's no bag milk, I'm like, what the fuck? Where's my bag of milk?
There's a rap group, I think they're Canadian, called Bagged Milk. They got 2 songs, and at least one of them's actually pretty fucking good. I can't remember the name of that. They're funny type shit, but yeah. So if you want to laugh, look up Bagged Milk. I can't remember the name of them. Maybe I can find that for later. See if I can do it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about bag milk, but I mean that's one of those like, and it's probably like powdered milk. Like if you fucking whipped up some powdered milk in your kitchen and brought it over cold, I probably wouldn't even fucking notice the goddamn difference. But if you fucking like be like, bro, that's powdered, I'm like, bleh. I'm gonna freak the fuck out. I got like old memories of fucking powdered milk and shit, right? From back, like you said, back in the 80s. But yeah, do you guys even have you ever even seen powdered milk? Either of you?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All
Dude,
right.
one of the most freaking amazing inventions ever is made with powdered milk. That's fry bread, which I believe is kind of an equivalent of bannock. I could be wrong on that, but it's amazing. It's and apparently it's made with powdered milk, and I'm told it's because of like back in the bad days of treaties and stuff like that, native rations and stuff like were often in powdered milk, so they had to make bread and stuff like that. Fry bread is one of the great things that came out of a shitty situation. If you want some amazing stuff, Indian tacos, guys. Indian tacos. Hit that shit up. Fucking delish.
Man, I feel like I had something just recently. Now I can't remember because I'm all stoned and shit. But I had something that was fucking delicious. Fuck. Now you're gonna make me think about it. Wow, the fucking munchie section's starting fucking early tonight.
41 minutes. That's not bad. We made
Dude, it's the funny thing is it started off with bagged milk. What the fuck?
It's not a good
I didn't have that on my bingo card. I'll just
fight the motivators. Could have picked something fucking better than that.
Dude, okay. So, oh, fuck, I don't know if I should spoil the surprise or not. All right, no, I'm not going to. Never mind, I'm going to shut up.
Oh, you fuck off. You can't do that.
Yeah, no, I am. I know I did. And I'm sorry I did that, but I can't do it now. You'll see it. You'll see it in a while. It's fun. It's a fun candy find that we found. That's all I'm going to tell you. And it's very unique.
Did you
I
find
know, it's
chocolate covered butt plugs or something like that?
No,
Jesus.
fuck. It's a man. I know, right? All right, fuck y'all. All right, since I did it, this is my fault. But dude, we were like strolling through the candy section of the fucking of like the dollar store, right? And we found these fucking things that were little fucking gummy mangoes. I was like, ooh, I like gummy mangoes. My
Was it an
wife,
actual mango fluff?
no, it was not an actual mango. But listen, this fucking shit, like my wife noticed it, not me. I was like, ooh, mango candy, I'm in. And it says peelable. I was like, how do you make a gummy candy fucking peelable? So let me tell you what.
Costco.
Yeah, this shit, you like literally peel this fucking skin on the outside of it. It has another gummy on the inside of it that is of different texture.
Yep, I had those last week.
And, dude, they're so fucking wild, dude. They're so wild.
Dude, I thought for sure you were gonna say you were chewing on this dick and your old lady, or like gummy, and your old lady noticed it was shaped as a dick, and you're just like going to town on it.
No, it'd be fine. I'd be okay with that. That doesn't bother me.
That'd be
Fucking candy. Fucking candy.
It's almost as good.
holy moly.
You know what I'm all about is like, so the Chinese stores and stuff like that, they got like fruit jellies and stuff like that. And that's like my new addiction. You remember how I was hooked on bottle caps for probably like a good half a year there? I think I'm pretty much over the bottle cap addiction, but now it's on to like the fruit jelly stuff. You get like these jelly stick tube things. You stick them in the freezer and they're amazing. Or like little jelly cups. So they're with like lychee flavored, like basically Jello. Like straight up junkie for that stuff, man. But I feel like it's a step in the right direction as opposed to just straight freaking cablified fucking sugar.
So should we try the new dams?
Probably.
Do it.
It says Echo Cooler, and I'm like, isn't there a strain called Toe Cooler?
Bro, Colton was just hold on. Fuck, Colton said something about this fucking these Korean or Japanese ones, and
Yeah, man.
fucking 100%. I have seen a lychee one that's a gummy lychee that looks like lychee, and you like pop the fucking middle of it out like you would a lychee, just like the skin and everything. It's fucking cool as shit.
Crazy. Yeah, you go to some Asian markets, there's some cool stuff there, man.
Yeah, where did the fucking frog go? We're gonna have to do that over again. Come on.
I didn't even fucking notice. Dude, you started talking all weird. You're like all lychee, and I'm like, did his mom drop him on his head? I've just never heard it pronounced that way.
What? The proper fucking way?
No, that's not proper. It can't be.
I'm not ready.
Man, dude, my wife hates when I get those fucking candies when we go to like the Chinese restaurants or cafes and shit, and they got those little lychee candies in the front that are like, man, I think it's like apple lychee. They're so fucking good. I tear the hell out of them, and my wife hates the smell of them.
Then I eat that
Wow.
shit into that shit.
My old lady just kind of gives me that. It's not the I'm disappointed look. It's more of the. It's a cross between you're disgusting and go away, but you're still one sexy motherfucker, so I can't stop looking. You know, like it's. Yeah, it's a weird look. So here's a fucking interesting one. So we got that Volbeat show coming up this weekend, and my kid has decided to bail on us, and she's been cheerleading since like all school year long. She's been out cheerleading and working on it, right? That's kind of been her thing. And her very final, whatever you call it, cheerleading rally or whatever, is Saturday, the day of the show. And it's like, wow, I think if I recall correctly, the last show we went to was her 28th show. So it's not like she's a fucking stranger to this kind of thing. She rationalized it very well. I'm quite proud of her, although I'm kind of disappointed that I'm missing out on a show with my buddy. But, she's like, this is what we do. We go to concerts. She's seen Volbeat once before. And, but this is the first time she's ever done anything like this. She's been working all year towards it. And it also, what does that say about her as a teammate? Because they all have individual roles that they have to do, but there's other parts where they come together and help lift someone up in the air and then catch them when they come back down. And if you don't have that cog in the machine, so to speak, that could be, maybe that's not even doable anymore. So I'm kind of as bummed out about that, as I am. I'm like, I'm pretty impressed with the kid and her decision on that one. I gotta say. And so now I think I'm gonna try and see if I can upgrade our freaking nosebleeds to like floor tickets. And it's since it's looking like it's just gonna be like, so like we got tickets for that show, Volbeat in 3 Days Grace, and we've also got tickets to see Snoop Dogg about an hour before all that stuff. And trying to give away to like free tickets for that. Holy shit, man. You'd like, nobody's interested in doing anything that requires leaving the house, it seems. Or maybe the property. I'll give them the property because I get that. Sometimes
Dude,
I
I
like
was
to go fresher.
fucking so. I forgot to mention this one to you. You'll get a kick out of this. So when me and the kid were sitting there fucking waiting for the show to start the other day that we were at, I got a text from my brother-in-law, and he's like, So I'm going to see Metallica and Pantera tonight. I was like, holy fuck!
It's a good
I was like,
show.
well, that sounds cool. That motherfucker, like, this is just how he is, man. Shit just ends up like working for him. He probably bought some nosebleed ass seats so he could just be there, and he's like, he's one of them. He doesn't care. He's there, and fucking, and no matter what, he'll end up fucking front row, right? That's just how his. And halfway through the show, he's like, "So some guy gave me fucking tickets down to the floor. So yeah, next thing you know, I get fucking pictures. They're like fucking third row or some shit." I'm like, man,
That's
it
pretty
never fails,
badass.
right?
Our ability to get up to the front rail with Abigail around is 100% success. We've never failed. It has sometimes it hasn't always been. You're maybe you're a little far over on the side, but you're still at the front, and you still get the rockers coming out, seeing the kids stay in front, and they always get excited. It's freaking cool. But as for me getting upgraded from like nosebleeds to the floor, that was only at BTO just recently when I noticed the one security guard wasn't even looking at people on their way onto the floor, and I was like, I've got to try it, man. Like Randy Bachman's like an idol to me down there for that. And then the old lady was right behind me when she saw I got down.
Yeah, we used to do that shit a lot when we'd go to like the big festival events and shit. Like we'd have lawn seats, and but the second like the sun went down and the good bands started showing up, so we'd always be trying to get into the good seats and shit.
Yeah.
Never
I,
failed.
I remember back in high school. You guys remember drive-in movie theaters? Yeah, I'm sure we all been to those or seen them at some point in time in our life. You drive in your vehicle and park in a big parking lot. They got it up on the screen, dial in the sound on your radio. Let's do it. My buddy Greg in high school, he used to live basically just down the street from the one in Prince George out on Chief Lake Road. So and it was right beside the drag strip. So on weekends, we'd go hang out and figure maybe pay a couple bucks to get into the drags and watch those and do that all day long. And then at night, all the drag racing people that camp out there for the weekend, they all go out and park out down the drag strip and sit in lawn chairs and stuff like that and bring portable radios and listen to the movie like that. And so us teenagers, we'd come through after all they left the campsites, steal the beer from their coolers and shit like that, and then go out and hang out amongst all the drag racers, get pissed drinking all their beer, and then get the fuck out of there before they noticed that all their beer was gone, and it was probably those drunk teenagers.
Bro, drag racing day. So my cousin was a big drag racer, and I loved fucking racing cars myself. So, but track days for him, because I wasn't old enough to drink and do all that shit, but he was, and so was all his friends that would come to help him pit the cars and do all that shit. Play around.
Yeah.
Fuck, get drunk in the pits is all they was doing, right? And then
Wow.
fucking racing cars down. But that was sure shit. As soon as I knew all the boys were lined up and waiting for fucking races. That's what I was doing. I was back there stealing all the beers back in the fucking pit, bro.
It,
That was the best. I love fucking race days, man.
Man, when I think about it, we're probably real lucky we didn't get caught and get our fucking asses absolutely beat because just like you're fucking with a biker element on certain weekends when they got bikes in town and shit like that. We were just young, dumb teenagers not thinking, right? Oh, let's just get some free beer. And we all do this. Maybe not this certain situation talking about now, but we're old like we are now, and we look back on certain situations when we were young that we did, and you just face palm even to this day. You're like, I'm glad we got through that and didn't get caught doing that. But like, holy fuck, what were we thinking? And you know what? Now that I'm 43 years old, I still do those situations in modern day times where I'm like, oh, this seems like a good idea. Only to find out, nope, it wasn't. Immediately afterwards.
I'm very good at it. I'm very good at finding bad ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, man. You usually, if I am all up for doing something, and you look at me, I got a big old grin, and I'm like, "Ooh, we gonna go have some fun." It is not a good idea. It's not a good idea whatsoever. It possibly will be fun. People might get hurt.
Dude,
I'm definitely gonna have a lot of fun.
I'm
So,
pretty sure my old lady gets nervous when I get excited about stuff.
right?
Like, because it's like I am more responsible now, so I don't do potential to go to jail type reckless shit. But it's usually
Anymore.
yeah, it's gonna cause her some level of anxiety, almost guaranteed, and almost a financial fucking hole in the wallet was about to occur because
I don't know. The right piece of equipment left with a key unattended in my presence probably still gonna get me thrown in jail.
dude,
I don't have this button that allows me to not fucking do shit like this.
dude, we used to steal logging equipment again back when we were younger. Like, 'cause I grew up in a logging province, right? So gravel logging roads all over where the fuck I grew up. We'd go driving, not even looking for anything like that, and then all of a sudden there's a freaking skidder parked in the cut block right over there. Oh fuck! Well, just like you just said, let's go see what's in there. Oh shit, the keys! Look at that! And before you know it, you're freaking 13, 14 years old, driving a fucking skidder way out in the fucking bush and down roads you're not supposed to. It is. We've had some fun.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We've also gotten vehicles stuck, and we're to the point where there's no possible way we are fucking getting it out of that puddle. And but hey, a couple kilometers back, there was some fucking logging gear, and freaking let's go get that fucking skidder. And I do that one time. We did use that to pull it out. So that's
There you go.
our assholishness did. But a lot of times we just take the equipment and go park it. Not ridiculously far because none of this stuff moves fast, but all over somewhere else so that when people show up in the morning, it's not where they left it, which caused a bit of a freaking stir. I remember when I was working in the oil fields, we were doing a pipeline job. We showed up in the morning, and the ETV, which just gets parked out friggin' by out there and left out there overnight, it's gone. It's not there. Oh shit! Let's call the cops. Get a hold of the office stuff. They said no, it's still on site. No, it's not. We're sitting here. We see it if it's according to the GPS, it is still on site. Man, we're in the middle of a fucking pipeline. There's no, and all it is a big crew truck with one of those big canopies on it, right? Like it's still very fucking hard to miss. And then all of a sudden, freaking someone notices a piece of metal maybe about as big as my little fucking weed container here, sticking up out of the ground, white piece of metal. And what it was some fucking drunken teenagers come through. One of them's dad, who has a company, owns a bunch of equipment, knows how to run excavator. And so they dug a big ass fucking hole, beat the shit out of this ETV, like got it down in there, fucking munched it up with the bucket on it, and then buried it. And the boss, like for the company I was with, he was so like more than anything, he's like, "Fuck! If you can run equipment that good, why wouldn't you come to me? I'd give you a fucking job, you know." Like,
Right? That kid's got some fucking skill with a record to get that shit done all fucked up in the middle of the night. That's good.
dude, that was good. That's
That, like that's the shit. So like that's the shit I'm talking about. Like if I'm around equipment, that's what happens. Bad decisions like that get made. Like me and my neighbor, we were sitting out there one night, just fucking, and I look over. There's a fucking big, those big industrial like ditchers. It looks like a huge fucking chainsaw to just fucking separate the earth. Right next to my house. Yeah, oh yeah. Guess who did a few laps and fucking figured out how to work that son of a bitch that night. So, once I see like me and my buddy, we're having a good old time. It's muddy, it's fucked up, right? We got it buried now. This thing's buried to the axle. We're trying to push it out with the fucking cutting arm and shit. Like it's good luck to the next motherfucker trying to get this out the next day, right? And so
once all the clay and shit dries.
Oh yeah. So we got this thing all fucked up, right? And then I see my neighbor like starting. There's fucking action starting to happen at my neighbor's houses. So we just fucking hop off, go over to the fucking house, sit in the garage. Me and my buddy crack a beer, sit in the lawn chairs, fuck kick our feet up and just wait for the cops to show up. Because we know they are. We absolutely know they are at this point. And so they do, and they pull right up to us and they're like, you boys know anything about what's going on over here? I was like, hell no, man. I said, it was so loud. I said, I woke my buddy up to figure out what was going on. So he came over to have a beer. I said, we're trying to figure it out ourselves. That cop just looked at us like, you motherfuckers. He's like, well, I can assume this won't be a reoccurring issue this evening, will it? We're like, probably not. He's like, we're like,
That's what
it
that's
seems
all
like,
off.
yeah. I told him it seemed like the whole neighborhood's pretty disturbed at this point. I can't see it happening again. He's like, that is fantastic. He just fucking shook his head and left. Oh, hell. That's what happens, man.
Timer's dialed in. Lights
Oh,
kicked
yeah.
in. And I did the investigating. The lights plugged into the Inkbird heat sensor, and I have it set for 78 degrees. So if I just lower that, it'll keep that fan on a little longer. I don't know if it was hot in there, because that was the end of the lights off cycle where it was sitting at high 70s. So I don't know if drawing air through. I might get a couple degrees anyways, but yeah.
Yeah. So is your fan? Did you figure out is your fan going all the time now, or?
No, it just kicked on. As soon as the lights came on, the degrees started to climb, and then the fan kicked on. So
And you
it's hooked
dial
up
it back
to the
a little bit.
yeah, and then it'll stay on all the time. Drop it down a few degrees. It's probably gonna rise to it was 86 or something when I checked it this morning, and that would have been closer to the end of the lights on cycle. Like the lights would have been already on 8 or 9 hours. But
Oh, Tom B, we did something like that too, except we put it on the racks at fucking work, right next to all some of these big plastic fucking wraps. They weighed like as much as a car, so the racks would hold it. So fucking dickhead supervisor. He was had a long meeting with the boss that night. So we fucking scooped out there, grabbed his car, fucking threw it on the racks, and just went about our day. Until time to go home. We all fucking pieced out. He came out and he was looking for his car. Wasn't nobody there to tell him where it was. When the next shift came in, they were all like, dude, why is the car up there? Fun.
It's like one of those where they say if you're gonna fuck up, maybe fuck up so good it leaves them wondering how you even done it.
Right? Yeah, that's one of those. I saw fucking for a little while. I worked at a Sears warehouse, and I saw a fucking fork truck completely sideways in a fucking semi. And let me tell you what, that doesn't happen unless the forks
Oh,
are outside of the semi. And then you wonder how in the fuck is that even possible? Because it's not easy to
oh,
get them that way.
I know how it's possible though. I've not done it, but I used to work at a freight warehouse. It was pretty good so I can visualize how that works. And that's how I would do it too. But
I
probably
watched.
in my situation, we do an LTL freight, which is less than a load. So you'd probably have a big bundle of fucking rebar, 20, 30 feet long or something like that. And about fucking that wide, getting one fork in there and steering into it. And then all of a sudden you just went through the side of that wall like butter and turned. And yeah, that's how I would do it.
I
And
watched some of them blow.
not intentionally. Sorry to cut you off. I would not do it intentionally. Let's be that clear. That's just how
That's
I
just
would
how,
fuck that up and make it happen. But I make shit happen. Just not always the good stuff.
well, one guy I watched blow the back wall of one out. He decided he wasn't gonna fucking break, and he had already had 3 stacks of fucking water, bottled water. Just so he was I already have a crash cushion. So he just full throttled that shit with like another double stack of fucking water on his shit and just full throttled it all the way until he hit that shit. But he blew the back wall of it out and like stuff kept sliding and he almost went out with fucking, that would have been bad. But
I
man,
remember.
I couldn't believe that shit. That was pretty epic.
I remember coming out of a trailer with it was a Kawasaki 700, whatever their fucking big quad is, and my forks were too narrow, and I bring it up, and then I back out of the trailer, and as I back around, I had to lift it up to get it over some pallets that were right up here, and as I did that and turn, it just slowly metal on metal because it's on like the bottom, like the crates that they come in, the top of the crate was gone, the metal was there, and this thing just shifted it fucking right upside down. This like, I remember I was like one of the guys that was waiting. I think it was the truck driver that was waiting to deliver this to wherever it was going. He sees it coming out, I'm like, oh, that's pretty nice, hey. And as soon as I shut my mouth, I look back and it's just like, ooh, it's smashed. I'm just like, good. That was the manager. I knew I was in trouble, so you might as well just go get him then. See, you're not gonna fucking hide this. And it ended up being lucky because it was shipped as shipper's risk of damage. So it didn't cost us fucking nothing. I don't even think I got talked to about it. Other than maybe, how did this happen? Forks too narrow together and it got unstable. Don't do that again. That's probably about the gist of it. Okay, I won't because I learned something this day. That I'm not going to get lucky like that twice.
Yeah, I hear that.
Helix didn't do metal on metal. They that was Anvil that does that. Tom B. Helix does Rock You. Fuck, they're a great band. I saw them a couple of years ago. I got one of their shirts. And they're who's doing. There's a final Canadian tour that they're going out with somebody on. I just was reading the thing today. They're going to Dawson Creek, and I can't think of who it is. Helix open up support. I can't remember concert stuff, guys. This is bad. This is a sad day for me. I better roll a fresh joint and go.
And then try to remember some shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been smoking fucking Thai's hash all night. Like, I opened the hash drawer, because I was like, I never smoke enough hash. And so I've been loading all night with fucking Thai's hash, and god damn, is that shit good.
It was Nazareth. Nazareth. That's who I was thinking of. They're doing their final tour here coming up. And they got Helix opening up.
That'd be all right.
I think I saw both those bands in the same weekend. It's not one of those freaking those era band festivals, right? Where it's the 2-3 days of the
That was Nazareth, Hair of the Dog.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
The night the captain said, "Those lights down there, that's where we'll land." Fuck yeah, dude.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've listened to that stuff.
Razamanaz.
Yeah, Love Hurts, I think, is another one they do.
Yep.
And,
Yep. That's actually a cover song.
This Light Tonight. Like whatever song that song called. So yeah. So it's been a long time since I've had a tent at 12-12. Long time. I don't even remember the last one.
The last one was since the Great Aphid fucking breakout.
No, that's not even talk. Why'd you gotta say that?
Well, just because you said when was it, and I mean the last time you were farming fucking bugs. I don't know. That's just what
so
it was, man.
Would have been the end of the harvest. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I think so, man. That's the last time I remember you having one.
The end of last year's harvest. I don't even know. It's been a while. We're good now. I've been doing IPM like every second day. Everything, every plant's getting just fucking doused. Some sulfur stuff and some insecticidal soap. Just switching back and forth every couple days. Seems to be clean in here, but fucking whatever.
You say you just hit 12-12, so you're not at the point where you just look at them and go, "Good luck to you, fucking let's get to the end."
Pretty well, but they've been sprayed like a motherfucker. And I'll continue to for the next 10, 15, 20 days, depending how quick they set, right? Like, if there's a bunch of flower, like, I'm not too worried for the first couple little pieces of meat that show up, It'll wear off.
Right.
I'm excited. Super excited. To do it again. Like, I know outdoors, I get just as excited for the outdoor flowers, but I can't turn that light off or on or speed it up or nothing. Go with the flow. In here, I can do whatever I want. So for 12-12, and it happened.
Yeah, I ended up in my fucking room, going through a few ideas of what I was gonna do for in there, and so I decided to go with the I was talking the other day about just doing a dry cover over the top of that, not doing the living cover this time. But I ended up seed planting, and I ended up doing that because I'm fucking just because I ended up deciding to re-veg my Hawaiian that's in there. I got a couple clones that have roots and are showing signs of re-veg and everything, but until I get a healthy cut of a fucking clone that I'm happy with of that plant, then I'm gonna keep, doing what I can to make sure I have something live. So it's one of those things. I ended up fucking flipping the other way, and I've just got one fucking plant re-vegging in that room. And that's fine because once some of these cups start getting up to age, everything's going to start getting transferred in here for a living to see what happens. So, but I gotta start seeing some babies pop, get above the soil.
As a basement pollen chucker, like kind of like what we are, it's exciting to do a re-veg on something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just when you get something, you want it, and it's the only one around or whatever. You start re-vegging, and it gets these weird little leaves and shoots sticking out. You're like, no.
Yeah, as soon as you see that one little weird curly cleave fucking starting to break out of your bud, you're like, yes.
Oh yeah, I've re-vegged a few of my day. Yeah.
I've started to wonder, the one in the bed, it's only been back under 18 now for maybe a couple days, but I started to see new pistils starting to pop already, brand new white hairs, and I'm like, well, it might not take long for this fucker to throw out something nice and healthy that I can get a re-veg off of. So that's fun.
It's neat.
Yeah. I just wish I wasn't fucking having to do that right now. That's one of those situations where, just everything kind of fell apart. So here I am.
I've had certain plants, like the actual plant itself, not a clone of a clone of a clone, but it's the plant alive for a long time. But they don't like it because they're like, it's funny. You get a clone, it's not so bad. It almost restarts the clock. Nice fresh little cutting from the top, away you go. But if you try to keep a plant itself, that like by the time you have to trim it down and cut it, like it gets real weird growth. Cannabis is not meant to be like a decorative plant sitting there just being kept alive.
A long-term plant.
Yeah.
What do you mean, man? You ain't never grown a real old school fucking haze or like Thai variety, man? Come on.
I've always
You grow
wanted
some.
one that just won't flower at all, really, and just kind of grows as a.
Just have it as a fucking corner fucking plant and just let that thing flower for fucking a year and a half.
Be
I
interested
guess
to
you
see
could.
how big something like that would get. How many times would you have to top it? You know,
I guess you could just grow one and like eventually you'd learn how to take care of it to the point where it could just be a big
I only ever remember reading about this once, but and I think I read it in two different places about, and it was the same plant.
they just die. Like
But no, one dude had a plant alive for like 10 years. It was just a plant that never, it was weed, it was a cannabis genetic, but it just never flowered. The motherfucker was like the size of like a third of the back of his house. It was just enormous. Absolutely fucking enormous, but just never fucking flowered. And the thing looked like a tree, dude, at that point. It was really cool. It was in an old, I remember reading about it in an old High Times, and I don't remember if it was in the Guinness Book of World Records for the oldest, or if I remember they were trying to get it like registered there. But I remember reading about it in High Times, and I just thought how cool that would be if you could trigger one to never flower to just the bigger it gets, man, it gets woody. It gets a nice woody, trunky fucking stem, man. I mean,
oh yeah.
you could grow that into a small goddamn tree or bush, not with zero problems. I mean, look what you can do in one fucking summer. Just imagine what that thing could do if it just would take multiple seasons.
think of those giant like temple tie plants.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it wouldn't be something, right? It wouldn't be something I would ever want for like a flowering plant. But man, you're right. It would straight up be like a tree. Like it would be cool to have. And I know, it's like it could just grow like a Japanese maple. It's pretty close, but fuck, man, it'd be cool just to have a big ass weed plant that just was like a tree.
Yeah,
yeah.
something where you actually need a chainsaw to cut the thing down because my hex pipe cutters just won't be.
Right? Hey. Yeah, I think the ones I use do about the same size as the PEX pipe cutters do too. But yeah, if it's got to get any bigger than that indoors, it's fucking rough, man. If I got to get the outdoor fucking shrubbery pruners, well, it's basically what I fucking got. Yeah, come to think, they just got a longer handle. The fucking opening ain't no bigger. Still got a fucking 4-inch prune on it. I've never not 4-inch. Jesus Christ, what is that? Inch two. Got a 2-inch fucking prune on it.
Yeah, it's nice when you grow a plant. You got to use like heavier duty shit to cut it down.
Sort of. I gotta get into the habit of grabbing somebody to help me when I fucking harvest these bitches, because it must look like a fucking circus act when I fucking get ready to chop that bitch down and then try to keep it all from falling onto my fucking bed and shit. It's gotta look like a fucking circus act, and I do a good job of it, man. Not one bit of that shit touches that bed.
So I've cut plants down before where I've grossly underestimated how heavy they are. And you're holding it and you chop it and all of a sudden it wants to fucking flip.
Yeah, motherfuckers, like, you're like, oh shit, that's a lot of weight up there.
You got to stand up real fast and let it flip over at the same time, but not hit the floor.
Uh-huh.
Tricky situation. And generally, if
dude, I yanked my whole fucking trellis off and was wearing that bitch like a net one night because one day because I was like, I'll just pull this fucking small plant down. No, you fucking won't, dummy. Come on, you know better than that.
I just
you get wrestled by a plant.
Oh yeah, it was fucking bad.
Honey.
It's like, no. I'm
Oh
not
no,
even.
bullshit. They heard all the motherfuckers and the fuck this and the bullshits and me fucking throwing a temper tantrum. They weren't coming anywhere near this area. About 30 minutes after she heard the last fuck this bullshit, my wife sends me a text. Everything okay down there?
Now, yes.
Yeah, I don't
That,
know
that, that,
yet. It's a little
well,
fucking early to tell.
I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it sounds about right. But like, that's honestly when I get riled up like that. That's honestly the best thing to do is just give me my space because I'll chill off at whatever pace I choose to when I do, kind of thing. Just ignore me. Don't do it with it.
Oh, fuck, man.
I see
I,
Western Maine here saying last couple of years people have been running more narrow leaf outside in Western Maine.
are they
That
able
could
to get
be,
away with that?
well, that's what I'm looking at because like Western Maine would be like right along my level, would it not be? Let me look at a map here.
I mean, to be fair, that blue thunder bomb that I just ran was a narrow. It had a narrow leaf pheno to it. It smells like a straight fucking haze. It still does while it's hanging, and that thing was done at like day 60. Even though I took it the extra 10, it was done long before I fucking uh uh actually pulled it. So
Yeah.
with some of the newer fucking highly bred shit, I could see you running some narrow leaf stuff out there.
Yeah, I'm right along like with northern Vermont. I'm right in line with northern Vermont, and yeah, so Western Maine is right on my fucking zone. Except I'm not that close to the ocean, so that would definitely be. But I am right on the Great Lakes, so
Dude, I would be willing to bet that there's very little difference
yeah,
to the air, humidity, and stuff between you being at the Great Lakes and being near the ocean.
very close. Yeah,
Because even here in BC, with all the mountains and stuff like that, the area even I'm working in right now is an inland rainforest. It looks just like coastal BC. All the same plant tree species are there. All the moss, fuck the Devil's Club, the stuff that I really don't like playing in, it shows up.
I always get smokable like with my harvest. Last year was really good. November something was the last day I harvested. I obviously started early with some stuff, but November 9th, I remember was the last day. November 9th or 10th or something. That's late for me.
Yeah, I remember my dad coming home around then from Mexico and my mom, and he's like, "Oh my God, there's still plants outside that aren't dead." He'd put plastic over them and stuff. I'm like, "Well, yeah, no shit, take care of them," and it is doable. And I haven't heard from him yet this year about what he's wanting to do out in the garden. There was brief talk a couple months ago, but he still wants to do plants out there, but never. Usually he'll source his clones and stuff for me. So, but apparently not this year, maybe.
He wouldn't cheat on you and go somewhere else, would he?
He doesn't know anyone else.
Yeah,
He'll have a lot of seeds that I've given him over the years. If he wants to start stuff himself, that wouldn't be a problem. But actually, I've really had good intentions of getting out to his place with a bunch of autos from Magpie and Hillbilly Herb and putting those out there because I feel like he could definitely pull autos. And for how little he actually smokes anymore, he'd easily be able to fucking pull. Like a pound would last him fucking a year and a half.
yeah. Have you ran the Tiger Lilies? Is out there Tiger Lily?
No, but that's what I've got from him that I want to get on. He says it'll be good. So
Yeah.
it's still not too late. I could probably get some in at the in-laws though, because that's only like 10 minutes away. maybe start some in solo cups this week and then get them outside the following weekend. Isn't that what Hype used to say, Fluff? Was day 10 transplant?
Yeah, I never like doing shit like that. Usually, it on something like that.
Well, it's not that I like it. It's just that if it's doable, and Hype at least said you should do that. So what it tells me is I can get away with it instead of going out there and direct sowing, which I admit would probably be better. But I'm stubborn.
Yeah, I mean, fuck
And to be
it.
honest, I don't have time this weekend. That's right. I've got an adventure-filled weekend. Forgot about that for a minute.
I'm a big fan of you can direct sow something into the biggest pot that it can go into, or what it will finish into. If that's going to be a big ass pot, then that's the best way for success, personally.
Yeah, but you're also a fan of pimp slapping your plants like they owe you money. You see this regularly, so
Well, the bitches got to get in line. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I'm not saying it's untrue.
You got to keep that fucking pimp hand strong, G. Got to fucking keep it strong. Yeah, fuck. See, G-Bay knows. That's why he's got G in front of that motherfucker. Keep it strong. Fuck G. Shit, man. At booth camp, I look at fucking G-Bay. I'm like, fuck powder. And he powders me up. Like,
Powder. Oh shit! I can't wait, man. Like, oh fuck yes! Getting that new bike, the new Yamaha, and get her all fucking safetied up, ready to rock. Get some saddlebags for it, like an old man.
nice.
Fuck yeah! Not riding that dirt bike fucking thing. That was work for the cheeks, man. It's tough. Sacrificed my little butt for you guys last year.
Sacrifice the what for us?
I said sacrifice my little butt for you guys last year.
Aww.
Where you at, Jay?
Yeah, you even fucking lied to me, you motherfucker.
Me?
Yeah, like literally the day you were leaving, I asked you about fucking going, and you're like, nope, ain't gonna fucking make. Like, you motherfucker.
Well, then because I was probably in the middle of making that post with my bike decorated up with camping gear, saying if you know, you know.
Probably were, you fucking dick.
That was fun, kind of. I like because like some people knew and then some people didn't, and it kind of worked out to surprise a few people. So it's nice. I'm surprised. I'll be surprised to see who makes it through like the filter of time and whatever between today and the day of going there. Who's going to be there? You know. There's the main backbone. There's the main group of us for sure, but.
I mean, so, you know, it was always in Illinois down here. It's where it kind of figured out, and, you know, it worked to be a good, even spot for kind of where the people we knew that were getting together would fucking get together. So moving it now up towards Ohio, it'll definitely be cool to see who else comes. You know, it opens it up for more people, and more people that we know that are up towards that Michigan, that Ohio, you know, those areas. Even some of the guys way out on the East Coast, and Day Neutral even has showed up once already in the Illinois one. You know, now we just make it easier for someone like him, or, you know, guys like Doc, something out there, Big Word, you know, out there. We make it a lot easier for them to make it there now. So hopefully we get to see like guys like that again.
10.5 hours for me. I was checking on the maps there. 8.
How bad was it to Illinois?
Fuck, it was quite a while. I think it was 13 from Doc's house.
Yeah.
For me to get to Doc's was another 8.5 or something like that. So for me, total, it was quite a ways, 20 something. But whatever.
Yeah.
Fun, like, you know what? Setting out on a camping trip with a few days supplies, knowing you're going to a buddy's place for a night or two, and then off to super boot camp. Fuck yeah. It was like no big deal to do that. If you're just doing that to do that, ugh, I don't know about that. No thanks. But with a destination like that, that's not a ride at all. That's just fucking fun. And I went through some of the fucking best spots of Ontario, like in the, right at the end of summer too. So it was really, really nice. The ride was awesome. And the
That was the
Finger
one thing I definitely enjoyed about coming up to like your house for the Canadian side and getting to see all the nice country up there in like northern New York and shit like. Well, I guess that wouldn't even be northern New York, but some of the country up through New York, but in Canada and shit like that. It's
Finger
fucking
Lakes,
beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah,
Finger Lakes
absolutely beautiful.
remind me just of home in Finger Lakes area. It's like when I got close to docks and Big Words down in that area too. It's just all fucking beautiful. And even tonight too, I went on a wicked ride tonight. The roads I was on tonight are intense. All these crazy back roads that are literally just squiggles. And I was on the supermoto, so it's like a dirt bike. No worries with that fucking thing. Yeah, Kingfisher saying there's a booth camp section in Discord. All the info.
All the motherfucking info is in
And to hang with all them crazy buggers too. Oh, it's a good time, man.
Yeah. It's over the years that we have had that thing open and available to everybody. It's definitely calmed down a touch, but it also ebbs and flows. 1 week everybody's calm and cool, and then next week everybody's just acting a damn fool. So you never know. It's awesome. It's as fucking crazy as the rest of us are.
Yeah. Oh man, the camaraderie that we have with everybody. I think even some of the newcomers, some people that you just meet for the first time. Cannabis community is a lot more different than summer, but it's different than the drinking community for sure.
Oh yeah, well that's 100%.
There's like,
But even in some of these other more naturalistic communities, you don't want to talk shit about communities, but you don't see a ton of in like the mushroom communities and shit, right? There's always fucking drama going on in those discords and shit like that.
yeah, I don't like. I can't stand that shit. So like,
Right.
because our group, we've not like tried to. I don't know, just the way it is, kind of organic in the sense that we all kind of try to grow that way, and just no one really tries to hype anything up too much, and we just kind of do our thing.
Well, yeah, this whole thing came together in a fucking time of crisis, right? And then during that crisis, every fucking, a lot of members have had huge life-changing events that we've all been through, and fucking, we've had, been part of with them, helped them in ways and shit like that. So, it's been fucking hell. It's a community where there's been a lot of healing done, and we see a lot of people who have been, who've come through some dark times, and now they've kind of found a lot of camaraderie through this plant and through us. So, that's what it's fucking
Preach it.
about right there.
Reach. Fuck yeah. That's it. Exactly. Nailed it. Couldn't say it better myself.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of cool to see the community and how it sticks, and like you said, and I've said it every year I come back from booth camp, right? It's fucking healing, man. It's just it's good for the fucking soul,
Yeah.
and and that's what putting together this community and getting everybody together, it really does help too. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've always been eternally grateful for this whole community that's been built around this. So it's cool,
Yeah.
dude. And now there's a lot of good weed that goes from it too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just a bonus. Like, if you don't want to smoke constantly, basically at boot camp, you might as well just like stay in your bed.
Oh man, that even reminds me. I've been wanting to make sure that I get nice, clean, tidy, small plants. So I was gonna start my outdoor fucking this weekend. I'm gonna start them in some 1 gallon pots, and then as soon as they're good, they're gonna stay outdoors. But as soon as they're kind of good and tidy, I'm gonna put them. I was cleaning up my garden spot a little bit, trying to get shit ready to get those out there and have a nice spot for them. So I'm kind of excited about that because I like, and not only that, the CBD. I make CBD tincture and a lot of other CBD products that last throughout. That my outdoor is my CBD time for the year. So I'm about running low. It's shit's running low, so it's time to get it out and made.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was looking at my outdoor starts. They're doing pretty good. I'm a couple weeks behind, really, but everything will be fine. It'll be fine. It's fine.
I've been sitting on a little bit of them fucking genetics from Red for a while and been talking about getting them done, but this year it's definitely happening because I got to expand that fucking cherry wine. So that fun times.
Yeah, the only CBD I got left, I think, are hypothetical stuff. I still got a couple beans with his kicking around.
Yeah, I still got some of those too. I should let some go in like some 20-gallon pots outside and just let them roll. Shit, they'll be done fucking in no time.
I'm telling you, those cash register gummies, man, they were pretty good.
Yeah, the fucking the counter ones. Do they even have like real wrapping on them, or they just throw them in like a Ziploc handed to you?
That's exactly what she did. That's why I love those places. There was two different jars. One was 50 milligrams. One was 80 milligrams. The 80 milligrams were $5 a piece. The 50s were $3 a piece. I was about to get $9 change, and I was like, nah, hit me with 3 of those instead.
There you go. That's what I'm talking. Hey, here we are. Here we are, nice and chill. Fucking lights are on. Wait, lights? I don't see the lights anymore back there.
I got
Still
something
on.
in my eye, though. That's really bothering me, but whatever. I'll try to look past it. Literally.
What the fuck you got in your eye?
I don't know, fuzz or something.
All right, as long as it's only fuzz.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I don't know how many times back in the day, but I got just a little grinder dust. Ain't gonna hurt nothing in the eye.
No,
Fucking 3 days later, the eye's infected as shit. The fucking you can see the rust ring fucking growing. You're like, oh, maybe that was metal in my eye. I should go get that drilled out now.
No, not that.
Oh, not that? Okay.
A lot of times riding the motorcycle too, you'll just get some sort of shit fucking bugging your eye. There was a bird the other day. I don't know if I mentioned this on the show, but poor little bird didn't make it. Got stuck up in the rad pins like that. Yeah.
But, man,
also matched the bike. That was kind of.
So it's been real fucking windy around here, man, and I was out trying to mow today because it's supposed to storm for like the rest of the goddamn week. So
yeah,
it's also like baby bird season, So trees are shaking, fucking nests are falling all over. There's fucking baby birds and shit everywhere. Yeah, it's fucked up.
You know, baby bird tech will there and keep them fuckers alive.
Do what?
Baby bird tech. You know it.
Yeah, I ain't their mama. I don't need them fuckers.
I ain't your mama.
Yeah, fuck, all they do is shit all over my fucking garage. I don't want them fuckers around here.
I had a squirrel follow me once, and I was like, "Oh, I'll fucking raise it." Yeah, that didn't work. It died. I
Never
tried.
came back. Died.
Yeah, I tried.
I think I tried though, man. We had a little red-tailed hawk once, and it was like, fuck, it was under my porch or something, and somehow or another it ended up in my garage. So we tried feeding it and shit, and we were hoping that fuck it was gonna survive. We let it out one day, and it was hanging out in front of our house, so we'd fucking feed it. It was there for like 3 days, and one day it magically disappeared, and we were, kind of one of those fingers crossed, hoping that mom came and swept it away, and it's now living a great life. Probably not, but
That's what happened. Yeah, no, it definitely did.
yeah, exactly.
It was majestic and everything. It was like,
It was. She came in, she gave it a big old fucking winged hug. They
Yeah.
had a moment. Fucking my little dude gave me a little wink and was like, "Thank you," and fucking they rolled out.
cast.
Yeah, yeah, they both gave me a little fucking wing salute on their way out.
Beautiful.
Mom was like, "Fucking thank you."
That's cool.
Not getting too sappy and shit, but I did have a fucking beautiful, what do you call it?
Uh-oh.
view.
Yeah, Cariboo's got that look. Look at this shit.
Just a view the other day. I was coming around the corner on the motorcycle, and the way the clouds were and the sunbeams were like casted through like a little fingers and shit. Big, huge valley, all green. I was like, ooh, fucking mint.
I've got like this big ancient church.
Like, what the fuck?
I got like this big ancient church when I roll into my town in a fucking graveyard. So like I look forward to the days when it's like that fucking super bright, like but cloudy, and it's like the cool vampire skies. Because if you roll by that church in that graveyard, boy, you can get some creepy ass fucking views. And it's just like, man, this is what fucking horror stories are made out of. Man, I love that shit.
The sun was red here, or the moon, or whatever was in the sky the other day, because sometimes it comes up early. But it's because of the fires and shit. It's kind of crazy. I think I got pictures. So yeah, look at this. Oh, it's gonna be too bright. Come on, focus.
Jesus Christ, this is why they're starting to call us fucking boomers now.
See the color?
Fucking because he's doing shit like this.
See the color of that though? That was up in the sky, like bright pink. It was pretty crazy. There's better pictures people from my town had where it was like red almost. It was kind of neat to see.
How bad are the fires affecting like your area, Caribou?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I
Is it
don't
how?
know any.
No.
No. I'm not saying
I-
there isn't any. I'm not aware of any, which is a relief, and I'm 100% sure there'll be lots by year's end. So we'll take the respite while we got it.
Wait, you're not. Oh, they were talking about fucking Canadian fires and fucking smoke coming down our way, like,
Oh.
like now.
It,
Like,
you're
it's
looking
happening
for
currently.
Here in BC,
Yeah.
we've been smoked out from Siberia before, here in British Columbia. That's like across the fucking ocean and shit to get here. So
Right. No, but I was saying like, so the current like fires, what are they in Manitoba right now that they're happening?
and Saskatchewan, Ontario, I believe you got 3 provinces that
But they're not affecting your area. Is that like close? Like is that east or west of you? I don't know my fucking Canadian.
So for me to get to Manitoba, you're probably looking at a fucking day and a half drive.
East of you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's like, so Manitoba's in between you and G-Bay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
All
I think it goes BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, then Ontario, I believe.
Ah, got it.
Just a big one after the other, which is kind of nice. It's not like big chunks like the States is. For a Canadian, the States is kind of hard because there's 50 of the fucking things. Don't feel bad as an American not knowing Canadian shit because we don't. I'll name a bunch of them, but I won't get them all.
Yeah.
If we become one, then maybe I'll learn. But
God, please don't.
Woo.
Hey, you know what we haven't fucking seen in a hot minute?
Daft Frog.
Yeah, motherfucker. Look at
I
that.
can see something in my eye.
Oh my God! If it's just Buzz, quit whining about it.
I think I got it.
You got it. All right. Woo!
For now, anyway. Got a new pen too. Pineapple Express.
Cool.
Bad. No, because I lost my other one. I haven't seen it in 3 days. But now that I bought this new one, the other one will show up.
That's right. You can, yeah.
That's
Never
par for
knows.
course,
Never-
right? Which is fine because the other one's like pretty sure it's more than half done.
Could be. You know, fucking G-Bay, with all the shit you've tried, I'm surprised you haven't dicked around trying to make a pen or a cart yet.
I did, but it just fogged and burnt weird, and now it's like this sucks.
So
I
I'm
got
surprised
the
you didn't
coils,
try
like-
to do it right again, because I remember when you were fucking pressing shitty fucking rosin too, but you fixed that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I'm not even into it like that much. I just eat for the price for the time this lasts me. Well, it's like pennies a day.
You could support a stoner fucking and starving in Africa too. Pennies a day. Fucking sucking on pussy sticks.
Just remove the word sticks from that sentence and you're a little more accurate.
No, yeah, except for that thing you're about to shove in your mouth. Give it a good old suck, G-Bay. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. Douche flute, all right? I won't call it a pussy. I'll call it a douche flute. How's that?
I'm an active young man. I need something for on the go.
I need some. That's what they make joints for.
That's I was just gonna say.
Joints are the most on the go thing I've ever known.
Did you ever
It's
try
funny,
to smoke a joint
one
at
of
like
our-
100 kilometers an hour? No, it doesn't work. These do.
Yeah, I've smoked a fucking cigarette on a bike doing 80, so I'm sure that's more than 100 kilometers an hour. It can happen. Fucking, yeah. You're just not trying hard enough, G-Bay. Don't fucking make excuses, all right? We're not here for fucking excuses, all right? It's called cannabis, not cantabis. Haha. Stupid joke. Here we are. Now we're making dad jokes about fucking weed because you're sucking on fucking douche flute. Thanks a lot, G-Bay. That's where we're at now.
I can confidently
I love
say
it.
that I hit cruise control at 110 and smoke joints. The fact that I'm fucking smart enough to do it in
Allegedly.
a cage.
Allegedly.
I didn't say I was driving. I just said from in the vehicle and
He just said he was the one who hit the cruise control. All right, that's fine. Maybe it's on the fucking right side of the wheel, G-Bay. All right, it's fine.
I'll try harder.
It's easy to establish fucking cruise
Apparently I
control
have to try
from the
harder.
passenger seat.
Typical. I'm a failure. I get it. Not holding the flashlight in the right spot, kind of thing.
Oh God,
The best part about having a dual sport is you can just go off.
G-Bay, do I need to give you a fucking trophy? Like you need a participation trophy for holding the flashlight and a big hug. All right, will that make a lot of things better in your life right now?
Kids, and I just need a participation badge. Yeah. Need to feel
pat on
hug.
the shoulder. You've done well, son.
No, we had a guy at my old job, and his nickname was Huggy Bear, and they called him that because he asked someone for a hug or asked them if they wanted a hug, and like I was working at like a welding machine shop. You know,
Who
just
gives a
asking
fuck? I
people-
hugged everybody every goddamn morning, motherfucker. You had to run away from me if you didn't want hugs.
Well,
Fuck that
maybe
shit.
you knew these men different, I guess, but this was just awkward, and weird. And so he got
No,
the
I
new
didn't.
puppy bear, and yeah, it was pretty funny. Just the way it all went down. So it kind of put a phobia for hugs in our work zone, but
So then dry humping each other is probably a straight no-go then? You
Yo,
just can't
fuck
handle that?
The fuck? What kind of job site are you working on, G-Bay? Doesn't sound fun at all.
Yeah.
Right? Dude,
No, hugs
does
are
G-Bay not sound like, all right, look, all you blue collar motherfuckers out there who just heard what he's saying, does that sound like he's not working in some stuffy ass fucking shop where no fun is happening? Because that's what it just sounded like to me.
pretty well.
It doesn't
I
sound
like to work
enjoyable.
alone, so we're not humping nothing. I've had some fun at certain jobs.
What? I gave you a hug when I got there, Jay. I know I did.
Where's mine, Fluff? You owe. Look at that.
Fuck. Well, you'll get a really big one next time I come to Canada next time. I don't know
got
when that'll be. But
a few weeks ago. I'm all full of my J. Patrick hugs. Where's your J. Patrick hug, Fluff? Yeah, it's what's up.
it's been a minute, all right? Well, go fuck yourself, G-Bay. Now I'm jealous.
Shit. Yeah, it was
Man,
good.
I'm out of hash now. Well, not out
Hanging
of
there
hash.
with the gang, no matter how big or small the group. Like, there's only three of us, me, Jay, and Magpie, but fuck that, have a good time, man. Burning big logs, talking dumb shit about fucking soil and stuff. And just, we stuck our head in buckets of weed and went, ooh, that's nice. Do you smell the X, Y, and Z? It was just like, yeah.
Right, it's always the same. I mean, pretty much, I get exposed. Like, I get to roll over to like Clay's house or something. That's kind of my garden club meetup. Usually it's just about me and him, but same thing, man. To like super just nerd the fuck out on it, just sense and
I had to
highs
hit a
and
little bit at a 2-hour bike ride home, but still, it was good. Got to fucking get my eyes on a lot. Excuse me.
I missed the Cariboo moonwalk. Fuck,
I moonwalked? When?
I don't know. That's what I was just wondering. But it said that the internet said it happened, and the internet doesn't lie, especially when it's live.
Dude, I'm
Now
sitting
I'm
on my ass.
Now I'm just sad I missed it. I looked down for a second. Jay, stop making up fucking stories.
I guess I did walk out onto the deck.
Did you do it in a really awesome fucking way? Like,
I
were you
don't
just-
know.
You
I'm
might
actually
have.
I might actually go back and watch just so I can figure out what he's talking about.
See if you subconsciously were fucking like styling on your way out the door.
Well, I have my moments of coolness. Not often. My daughter will be the first to tell you that. But
Dude, I hear you. I thought like when my kid was getting closer to fucking 30 than he was like, 15, that at some point he'd stop being embarrassed by me, but I swear it's getting worse. Now it's like more and more, I swear he's even more like embarrassed to be in fucking public with me.
my daughter likes to tell me that I'm not cool and all that. And I'll be the first to tell you. I stopped trying to be cool many, many moon ago. But then when I sit here and actually think about it, it's like, how many of your friends' parents do the kind of shit that I do with you kids?
Caribou.
The amount of, yeah, like it's
Right?
yeah.
So are you mid-harvest Caribou, or you've taken stuff down, right? And you're waiting on more, so yeah, you're mid here.
Yeah, we just took down a grapple cat about a week ago. And so it's like trim mode right now. That's kind of what I've been sampling on tonight and liking it. It is the heavy grape terps, which we've known for a while. I'll keep it around for a while just because I don't have anything better to replace it with. It's not nothing that I'm going to die if I were to fucking lose it kind of thing, though. And then, but we got one of your BAM's fluff is going to come down probably Saturday morning.
That
Bigger one,
frosty ass bitch.
that frosty ass bitch. Yeah.
Nice. I'd be curious to see how she fucking treats you.
She's
That one
got
looks
more smell than the first two we did. The ones we did last summer, they didn't have much smell at all, and more floral than anything. If you were going to pick anything up at all, it was floral. This one's like, it's kind of fresh tennis balls, but not super strong tennis balls, but it's like floral in there as well. It's a trip. I don't think I've come across this combination yet. So,
yeah, you're like one step away from just having that like dirty funk in there, and you found the pheno that fucking made me be like, yeah, that's gotta happen.
yeah. And then we got
So
the smaller pheno that I think is about week 6-ish right now. And I feel like it's definitely shorter, stockier. I don't know what it's got for smells. I haven't been in there hard yet. And I feel like that's probably a little bit closer to like the Black Forest representative or something like that. Not having ever grown the Black Forest yet, but it's a little bit bigger leaves. The nodes are, at first I thought they were like very similar phenos, but as you get further into the bloom, you're like, no, this one stacks pretty well. Um, and I think the next one, we're going to let it veg a little bit longer than I typically would have, because I feel like we can do the one plant, one tent in my smaller tent. And I think that thing's just going to crush it. Like, I think I'll have like a miniature field of hand grenades in there. And it's going to be
nice.
good. So, yeah, we're loving it. And then I flipped a whole bunch of stuff over the weekend. All three of Adam's Natural Gas by Platinum Truffle Blue 16s, another Catahoula F2, two BAMs, and a Grapple Cat. And because that's the idea is, that stuff will hopefully be ready August-ish, and that's going to be the busy month. The trip to the Toronto area will be happening beginning of September. So I've got to make sure we're well stocked for that. So that's flip.
Yeah, I'm freaking excited for indoor plowing.
It's got to be nice being able to like test and have your own shit again after having such a long dry spell.
It is, but yeah, it really is. But now I want to get back to breeding,
Yeah.
and I don't know where to start because I want to get back to breeding,
Don't
but I
fucking pollinate
don't
everything.
necessarily.
I can already hear your old lady
Well,
yelling at you about it.
she'll yell
Even
anyways.
though it's got
Uh,
seeds in it.
the thing is I don't want to start breeding and just have other people's gear on the go. And just start pollen chucking. I want to have something of mine that I'm working on preferentially, and I don't know what yet. So I think until then, I'll probably just keep kind of running through Adam's gear a little bit longer, and he's got a few more things that I want to work on, and then maybe I'll start looking for something of mine to start fucking with, or I'll come across a nice male that'll eventually be like, you're the one. I guess this is where it starts.
Right, right. Like I, before I found that fucking Black Forest and decided I was gonna keep it, I was gonna start working it, and we were actually gonna fucking do this shit. Any of the times I had kind of found one, that's always how it started. I was like, man, that is a fucking cool male. It'd sure be fucking sad for that thing to just never do anything. And that's just how it happened. I got to
Yep.
hit something with that thing. So, but yeah, that's always how it happened for me in the past. It was a fucking really badass male.
Well, there's a nice natural gas blue 16 platinum truffle, blah, blah, blah. I'll just call it natural gas from here on out just because it's easier. There's a really nice male in there that I was thinking about keeping, and I think that's kind of what triggered this where I want to start pollen chucking again. But I'm not going to pollen chuck just because I've got a male and females that I can do it with. Because that used to be one of my things, even if there is no intended breeding project per se, I'd put a bunch of stuff together and just start running through it. See what's, maybe I got something cool in there. More often than not, yeah, there was something cool, but nothing that I feel is actually progressing cannabis because, well, I'm not currently running that shit now, you know.
Well, yeah, just get to the next generation, anyways. Get a little deeper before you actually take some time to dig through it.
It's not just like a really long-winded way of saying I'm in no hurry.
Yeah.
When it happens, it'll happen.
Yep.
I'm the
Hey,
same
man.
exact
I mean,
way.
I'm a big fan of, like you created the one for your uncle.
Yeah.
You named it for him. The genetics behind it are cool. I've liked crosses that you've outcrossed with it that I've even got to try down here. Somebody else grew, and it was cool enough for me to want to grow. So, like, I'm excited
That's
to run shit like that from you, and I'm hoping that you pick that up, in the future to run with it because crosses like that mean something, and the work usually shows.
I man, I just got so gut punched when I fucking had the nanners show up. Cause that was when I had everything fucking showed balls on me because I had it sitting in cold feet, right? Didn't realize it until after the fact. And it just, man, I was so up on that. I had some really nice stuff in there, and then I triggered it, which is good. You want to know it's there if you're breeding. You want to know that it has the possibility to flip that easily, especially if it's sitting in cold water, cold feet, kind of, so to speak. Uh but then fuck, man, the golden goat Dalton spawn, that is intriguing as well. I that is one of those that I've never actually gone back and ran through myself. Always had great intentions of it because Golden Goat is probably in my top 3 favorite strains that Ashley and I have grown together. And Dalton's Pond, fuck, man, she's funky when you get the right pheno of that.
Going in the
Yeah.
10th there.
One of the Golden Gold Dalton Pond. Nice.
It's kind of hard to say, right? The cross the gold every time I think like golden goat, golden goat, Dalton's pond.
Ooh, I like to hear about that because if something super intriguing comes out of that and that pollen makes it my way, I'd fucking be fucking
That's
stoked too.
interesting. How are those looking, Clay? Because that's another one where I had those were going to be the very first thing I ran after the Hunza project was done. But the way that I just killed my smoke cycle on that one just kind of put me off on that too. You guys ever have that happen where you're really excited about a project? It doesn't even have to be plant based or gardening or anything like that. Maybe just something else, like maybe you're putting up a shed or something like that, and it just fucking maybe getting the roof on just fucking did not go according to plan, and now you're just disgusted and you're not in a hurry to finish. You got the roof on, that's done. The next phase, I'll look at you in the future. No, I'm the only one.
I'm interested because I haven't grown any of your gear that you sent me over the last few years, and I feel horrible about it. I've given a lot to all my buddies and stuff around, but I've never actually really grown any out. So always just kind of dad. Not that it's like for any reason. It's just I've always done my own little projects in the corner kind of thing. This one's the kind of like what J5's doing, the homie hoop house thing. This is the homie tent.
Oh yeah, Gorski knows. Fucking Golden Goat's a dumper smell. I'd always love that smell too. Oh shit! Hey, did you boys see the time?
Oh,
Oh,
fuck,
cool.
That's good.
Woo!
Stairs. I got a knot the size of a fucking baseball. Oh yeah. I'm getting old and like doing stuff. As soon as I work, it hurts.
As soon as you work, it hurts.
I mean,
Mine's more like fucking as soon as I wake up, it hurts.
yeah, that's kind of like pretty well.
Roll out, start moving, and that's how you get moving. Anyway, so hey, let's do all this in order for in efforts and to us to be better YouTubers. On your way out of here, before we close up this show, before you roll out of here, do us a favor. Yeah, hit the fucking thumbs up for us. Hell, hit the thumbs down and tell us to go fuck ourselves. You can do that too. We don't care. But show whatever kind of fucking love or hate you got for us. It's all good.
Yeah.
But while you're doing that, fucking, throw us a comment and fucking share us. Get us out there. We honestly like to be a good, nice fucking community out there for everybody. So go do that for us. Help us. Doesn't cost you nothing. It means a lot to us. And that's good YouTuber. All right, we're done.
Tell your stoner buddies to throw us on during sesh,
Yeah, man. Fucking, we're always looking for good fucking sessions.
We're whores for the attention. We need it. Give us the thumbs in the comments. With that, I want to thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. It was a great time. Next week, we've got Chad Westport's going to come hang out with us, which is always an amazing time. And he's long overdue, too, because I'm pretty sure we're well over 400 shows in now.
Last one was fucking 300, right? That he was here for?
I think we've had him on since then, but we used to have him on every 100th episode. And then people just stopped entering show numbers in, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to do it either then. So, and here we are. So, but yeah, it's going to be a great time. I can't wait to chat him up. Freaking talk about like skateboarding and shit too. You guys are just going to be like, oh, for fuck's sakes, it's fucking. But it's going to be great times. I feel like I don't have anything else intelligent to say.
Well, hit that button, fucking tell everybody fucking deuces.
Oh, you know what I found though? You remember that we were talking about bagged milk, right? So I think what is going on? It won't let me. Oh, you know what's going on? Oh, God.
Yeah, you gotta start removing shit.
Used. Damn, dude, this is painful. How about now? There we go. We're talking about bagged milk, so this is that YouTube fucking rap song thingy of it. I thought it was pretty good. I think this is the one at least. Maybe I'm wrong. No. No, must be wrong one.
Bro, that looked like a Canadian basement party like no other, though, man. I'm going to tell you what.
It's the same guys. What I am going to do is try and make that up. I'll find the actual video for Sunday and make sure we get that queued up. It's it's a really good hillbilly rap. Kind of reminds me of G-Bay, that song Out for a Rip. It doesn't sound anything like that, but it kind of reminds me of the same shit where you hear these guys going, you're like, you know what, that's actually pretty good. So it reminds me of Hope. Remember what I said about babbling and all that shit? Yeah, it happened.
Oh, fuck. We must have hit that shit at the same exact time.
No. Oh, something's going on. Is that the one now? We're doing it, Peter. We're doing it.
Oh my God, we finally figured out how to get the fuck out of here.
I feel like Smith stuck in the back door and just like clicked it or something like that. Like, here you go, dumbass.
Take me down to the graveyard. Show me a resting
Load them up, everybody. We're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Go Fluff, go. Go Fluff, go. Go Fluff, go. Go Fluff, go. You got this. Me not so much. I'm just gonna sit here like a loser. No dabs.
Little douche fluid hit for you there.
I left my dabber get home tonight, or for like this week while I'm gone on the road. Like intentionally, I did it because like just I was like, oh, it'll be fine to chill out on the dabs for the week, right? And then I get out on the road and I'm like, well, that was a fucking dumb idea. Like I got plenty of weed to get me through, but like even a dab here there would be nice every once in a while. So I kind of,